In exactly 22 hours from now, we're going to have Kevin Warsh's first ever FOMC as Fed chair. The probabilities for the interest rate is basically already set. The CME Group, who are insanely accurate, through my years of quoting them, they've been right literally every single time. There's a 99.4% probability that rates remain the same. And I concur. It's just the volatile part of the FOMC is the press conference. 30 minutes after the interest rate decision is given, the Fed chair goes in front of the press, and for 40 to 45 minutes, there is, you get to learn about the Fed chairs and the broader Fed's overall monetary policy outlook. It's the one with Jerome Powell starting his speech saying "Good afternoon." I don't know if Kevin Warsh will follow along with that tradition. It's going to be super important in this video. I want to prepare you for that volatility that's going to come up, give you the updates with regards to geopolitics. I know that all of you want to know the latest, if there is a deal, if there is no deal. And I'll end off with SpaceX and Hyperliquid, which reached a brand new all-time high. If you'll remember, we posted a video, a full detailed video 2 weeks back, saying that I found the next Ethereum, and it's still early. I'm super, super bullish on Hyperliquid, like ridiculously bullish. And I became ridiculously bullish when I found that institutions love this to bits. You're seeing tremendous amounts of accumulation into the ETF. It's going to continue from what I can see. We posted an article that stated I'm not buying at the $68. We have a bearish divergence. I see Hyperliquid dropping to the 56, 55 territory. It's exactly what we did. I updated you on X and on the Telegram Crypto Kids community that I'm buying Hype here. We flipped that bearish divergence into a bullish divergence. We retested key support. Now we're up 26.8%. First thing is first, guys and girls, make sure to destroy the like button on this video if you enjoy our daily updates, and subscribe to become a crypto kid to not miss out on episodes like Hyperliquid. But in addition to that, like we do crypto updates, macroeconomics, politics. We interview some of the largest names in the industry. I'm sure you're going to find our content valuable. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into it. So make sure you subscribe. And with that, let's commence with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin 1 hourly, you know the drill. This week for me is a no trade week. A couple of reasons to that. For a recap, Bitcoin was in a bearish continuation pattern. In bear markets, you always have a higher probability of going lower. In bull markets, it's the inverse. You always have a higher probability of going higher. Bearish patterns are infamous for seeing breakouts that grab liquidity, fake you out, and you drop lower. We may as well break that infamous pattern and head higher. But due to the geopolitics and FOMC being so foggy, I find it more profitable and much more sensible to just not trade this week, get over the FOMC, get over the Friday deal signing, see how markets have shaped up, and actually the S&P 500 is getting a lower high. If we see the closure of the gap, then Bitcoin should revert lower. The secret to the market direction is stuck with Kevin Warsh. All shall be answered tomorrow. It's ambiguous. I don't like to trade ambiguous markets. I'm out for this week. Next week, we'll start fresh on Monday and talk about new positionings. You know, when I'm quite certain on a given direction that Bitcoin is going to go, I'm vocal about it. When we got the 200 daily moving average retest, I made a video saying like this is something that happens once in a blue moon, and I think we're going to dump quite heavily. That's what we did. So when we get those more certain, higher probability scenarios, I'm vocal. But with this one, I just see that a no trade is the best trade. What is happening in geopolitics? Crypto Kid, why do you see fogginess, non-clarity in the geopolitical scenery? Well, crude oil has dumped to $75, the lowest we've been since March, early March, when things kicked off in a tragic manner. We're back down to those initial March increases. Price swings to the upside. Even though crude oil is plummeting, quite frankly, I think Bitcoin's appreciation is pretty subtle. We should be going higher, like a lot higher, with crude oil plummeting so much. That's a concerning sign. Why is crude oil dumping? Trump said that ships are starting to move through Hormuz. We can see it. They are moving. We have more traffic, way more traffic than what we had over the past 4 months. It's not at the level, it's not at the standard of pre-conflict times, but it will take, it will be a gradual healing process. It won't be overnight that the Strait of Hormuz is restored. This is a significant development, one of the best developments I've seen over 4 months, which gives me certainty, more certainty, not full certainty, but more certainty that things are heading into a better direction. Trump added to his statement with the Strait of Hormuz actually fully opening by Friday. I've read from Maersk that their situation of doing shipping through the Strait of Hormuz hasn't changed. They're still avoiding the Strait of Hormuz. Maybe it gets adjusted after Friday. Maersk is one of the largest shipping companies in the world. For now, my opinion is that it will be a gradual elevation. Obviously, LNG, petrol exports from the Strait of Hormuz countries will slowly recover, and with that, there will be more and more vessels over time. That's enough to bring crude oil back to equilibrium of $67. But $67, the level we've been speculating all this time, it's not going to be reached until we get an actual deal. So what's with the deal? Trump said that they have signed a deal with Iran. Nobody knows what this is. On Friday, are we getting the MOU, which is a deal for a deal, or did they already do the MOU today and they're going to sign the actual deal on Friday? Nobody knows. I think it's going to be an MOU on Friday. And because Trump says he expects the second stage of the Iran deal to go quickly, and with quickly, he refers to it as 60 days, the foreign minister of Iran confirms that 60 days and that negotiations with America will begin on the same day the memorandum of understanding is signed. I don't think there's a deal with Iran yet, so I'm going to get rid of you. I think there's going to be an MOU on Friday. And when we get the MOU, there will be sanction relief, and there should be some sort of unblocking of accounts. These are from various sources that I've read. Nothing is confirmed. I know that there are tweets flying around stating the US-Iran draft deal framework is revealed with a bunch of points. But really, I was going to talk about it. Now I've decided not to talk about it. The Trump administration rejected that, for example, Israel's request to see the Iran deal text, it got rejected. So even Israel doesn't know what's on this deal. I highly believe that this is false reporting and none of it's confirmed. So I'll skip it. We'll find out all together, most likely Friday. On Friday, there should be a live event, and I'm going to try my best to catch it on the Moon Show channel. That's the geopolitics, and I hope you can give me some credit on why I'm trying to avoid trading this week. It's just super, super unclear. Secondly, tomorrow night, Kevin Warsh, the guy who understands Bitcoin and the guy who said, if you're under 40, Bitcoin is your new gold, will be giving a huge speech. Rate hikes are the sensible way to go through, with frozen yogurt reaching $30 a bowl. What the hell? But the Trump administration, very vocal on wanting rates to go down. America has a fiscal policy problem where they need to raise a bunch of money through selling debt. To sell debt at cheaper prices for them and reduce their interest, well, you got to cut the rates. My guess, and I'll give you the disclaimer, this is just my guess. Nobody has any idea on what will happen. We'll all figure it out tomorrow together. I think Kevin Warsh will be prudent, and he will use the excuse that crude oil prices are dropping and that a potential deal is going to come on Friday. Although it's not a deal, people are misusing the word deal. It's an MOU, not the deal. He's going to be prudent, use the dropping crude oil prices as an excuse to say, hey, we have a deal coming up. Energy prices are already falling, so the upside risks to inflation have diminished almost completely, meaning that, okay, we're not going to cut rates now, but we will be looking to cut rates in the future. I think he will refer to by the end of this year. We'll see. I don't know. That's my feeling. I will keep you updated. What would be the logical thing to do? Inflation is at 4.2%, over double expectations. Labor market is struggling. BlackRock is cutting another 200 jobs. When BlackRock should be having historical profits with the S&P doing so well and ETFs accumulating a bunch, BlackRock cutting 200 employees, concerning Robinhood laying off 10% of their entire full-time workforce. Labor market clearly not holding up well. Bank of Japan raised rates for the first time to 1% in more than 30 years. Huge concern for liquidity. Inflation has gone out of hand. You're getting smaller ice creams for higher the cost. You know, frozen yogurt is at $30 a bowl. So really, the sensible thing is to raise rates. When politics is involved, sensibility sometimes goes out the window because, well, elected individuals just want to get reelected or win the midterms. If Kevin Warsh can defend the independence of the Fed like Powell did, then I won't have any worries, and that should be revealed in 22 hours time. Let's do Hyperliquid first and then end off with SpaceX. So when Bitcoin is dumping, Hyperliquid is pumping. We did a full report and a full video. I will link both the video and the report in the description. I highly recommend you watching and reading. It's super informative. I put 16 hours of research into both combined. We're reaching new all-time highs. From a technical angle, we're in a channel and the resistance is at $100, but to understand why I think $100 and above will come around, the dynamics of the ETFs are important. I think that the ETFs tomorrow will report significant inflows, which should help the spot prices. I think that SpaceX IPO trading is creating dramatic volume additions to the Hyperliquid platform. Whenever there's more trading activity on Hyperliquid, the more tokens are burned. Do me a favor, read this article and it will all be explained. Watch the video as well. It's the best. Because if I go into the loophole, I'm going to rant on for 5 minutes and you don't want that, I don't want that. Well, I would love it, but it will reduce the exposure of the video. So I'll link both the article and the video in the comments. Check them out and let me know what you thought about it afterward. Elon Musk is worth more than Bitcoin's entire market cap now. It just shows how early we are, an individual having a higher market cap than, or net worth than the market cap of Bitcoin. It's a demonstration of how early we are. SpaceX had $3 trillion today, meaning that Elon Musk made more money within 24 hours than Warren Buffett made in his entire lifetime. That is crazy to put into perspective. See, I firmly believe that SpaceX is going to dwindle down and fall hard. Okay, it's going to fall hard. It'll just take some time before we get there because the ETFs have done very well. Like ETFs are jumping in. They're launching a bunch of ETFs. We're at 120 ETFs in a couple of days. JP Morgan funds are buying. Retail frenzy is continuing. I see on Twitter people are speculating that, oh my God, SpaceX is going to become 30 trillion and fine. Sure, it will in the long term. I agree. But they're not doing as well as what individuals on Twitter are putting it out to be. SpaceX's evaluation was 3 trillion yesterday, and they make $18 billion, and they've lost like 2-3 billion. We covered the exact number on the show. Amazon, which SpaceX took over, is worth 2.56 trillion, but they make 742 billion in revenue. It's like the scene from the Wolf of no, that's not the Wolf of Wall Street. This is The Big Short or Margin Call. Like, it just makes no sense. Elon Musk's he has a bunch of percentage of the shares. I think he has like 82% of all the shares. He will have his shares unlocked in 366 days. He's going to take profits. I'm not buying SpaceX until about the end of next year, period. I think Bitcoin has a much bigger opportunity. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at this. This does all the work of 5,000 words. Okay. All right, guys and girls, that concludes today's update. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your evening and see you tomorrow night. We'll be live streaming the FOMC. Will be fun. It will not be fun, but gaslighting myself to thinking it's going to be fun, and we'll do a shorter version of it as an update to what took place in the FOMC after the conference is done. Thank you all. Good night. Bye-bye.